Steve Ballmer, Pablo Torre. We know Pablo Torre's been leading the charge of all of the issues that's going on with the Clippers, with Kawhi Leonard, with Steve Ballmer, with Aspiration, with the video board company, all these things. But then it comes out, the NBA says, we find no evidence of any wrongdoing. Just like me, when I got exonerated, you better accept it, god dang it, because I told you. I ain't do nothing. Well, Pablo, let's hear what you got to say about that.
So I'm going to read the headline of the ESPN story that's made waves today, and then I'm going to get to what's interesting about it. The headline, sources, NBA has no evidence. Ballmer funneled money to Leonard via sponsors. And that's a big deal, right? The NBA has been investigating this with their outside counsel, Wachtell Lipton, for 11 months. We've done 14 parts of our own series in which we have gotten human sources as well as documentation, like a whistleblower complaint filed in 2023. At all of these levels, right? Aspiration, Daktronics, the Clippers, the NBA apparently, according to ESPN, is focusing instead on failure to supervise, meaning their employees, officials at the Clippers beneath Steve Ballmer, who perhaps committed salary cap circumvention, but really what they're guilty of is failure to supervise them, even though the Clippers got dinged, I would imagine. This is part of the calculation. Punished, dinged in 2015 for cap circumvention, investigated 2019. Again, in 2021, all this stuff begins with aspiration. And
I'm not in a spirit right now to connect dots circumstantially and say, ha. I don't like how allegations connect and then all of a sudden it seems like more credible. I can make up two things about you, Pablo. I can say, one, Pablo came over here at 6:13 a.m. and oh my God, you should have seen what he did to me. Okay, that's one. Then I can say, but that was nothing to, after that, and this is like, I'm going to say this in 20 years. I'm going to say this in 10 years from now. And I'll say there's nothing to, because then I actually told a friend, or I thought I told someone, and he heard, or he found out, and then he did this report on me, and he talked about me, and then he came back. And Pablo will be sitting there just doing his job, on his way. And then he got to now all of a sudden respond and prove what he didn't do didn't occur. He has to prove a negative, which is pretty tough. Not impossible, but it's not desirable. It's way easier to prove you did something than you didn't do something. Pablo, enough. Like I said this in the beginning. I got to admit, in the beginning, I was like, I don't think this is going anywhere. I don't think they did anything like this. Then I kept seeing these videos and I kept saying, well, we'll be open-minded. Why it may be. I was like, ooh, smoking gun. We have the guy who's always got his face blurred who's saying, I saw all of this happen. Remember that guy? So I'm like, all right, I'm listening. But now we here and we still trying to go there. All right, I'm listening.
Daktronics, incidentally. So anyhow, I bring that up because I want to introduce another line from this article that people I don't think are making enough of a deal about. And it's this, quote, in recent days, both sides have been negotiating a resolution to the investigation, end quote. And I say this just because this is typically not how investigations work, whether in the criminal justice system or in journalism, right? The subject of the investigation does not get to negotiate with the group that is doing the investigating.
What? You ain't? Hold on. When you get arrested, the first thing, before we even go deep into this investigation, the cops would tell you, read your Miranda rights. After that, they's like, now, tell me what happened. You tell me the truth, I could be easier on you. You don't, you make me work, I'm going to make you work. I'm going to make you pay. That's already a negotiation. That's before your lawyer show up. And then your lawyer going to say, okay, they got you on this. We can get them plead down to this. You just got to talk. Pablo losing his mind. What? Do you know what I mean? Demand letters get sent every single day. That's why Men Too movement, Men Too project, hashtag Men Too is going to be huge. You know what I mean? Demand letters I have seen in my life. You know what a demand letter is? Someone writes you, Dear John, I'm about to lie or tell the truth about you. Doesn't matter what is going to be said. You're not going to want to deal with it. So I need $500,000. Sincerely, Groupie. That's a whole industry in itself. And guess what? Cats be paying it. Not because they're guilty, because I don't want to deal with this shit. And they know I got $500,000 in my back pocket. So here, shut it. Thank you. Like this. It's gone. Negotiations happen all the time with an accuser, accused, or an investigative group. All the time. Pablo, please don't say you just said what you said. Let's continue.
What the outcome is and what really happened here. But in this case, Steve Ballmer, the richest owner in American sports, has been negotiating a resolution to the investigation behind the scenes, according now to ESPN. And the NBA now has their own statement. They say, quote, ESPN's article regarding the LA Clippers investigation, for which the NBA declined to cooperate, contains numerous and significant inaccuracies. The results in this matter will be made clear once the investigation is concluded. End quote. Also,
okay, don't get me caught up. I didn't read the ESPN article. So I'm talking about the investigation as a whole, not ESPN's reporting on the article. So let's be clear. Marcellus is not talking about ESPN and their report because I didn't read it. I'm talking about Pablo. Plea deals happen all the time, bro. People negotiate their sentence all the time. All the time. All the time. Like every day. But this leads me to a grander point about Pablo. I'll get to it.
Pointing out that the Clippers provided a statement in which they said it's very normal to make introductions between players and team partners. This is ordinary practice. The MBPA is in support of this.
I don't like your spirit and tone right now, Pablo. Don't make me do this. I'm not liking it because you are literally on this witch hunt or at least deep into this investigative reporting so much that you now are even things that are just bland, things that are just objective. You're reading them with this like tinge of doubt. Why are you doubting everything you read now? You just literally misconstrued what a plea deal is and basically lied to us. We know what you said, and we were like, what? What are you talking about? People always do this behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. It doesn't matter. It's not bad. Yo, they got you on murder one. I'll plead down to manslaughter. All right. Case dismissed. Who's next? Now you reading statements and you're like, oh, the Clippers and talking to, they always introduce you to the partners. Yes, they do. See, I gotta wait. You don't want, wait, it's almost over.
All of that is very normal, nothing to see here. But what we're seeing actually is that a backstage negotiation is spilling out into the public, and maybe the public should know a bit more. So I'm gonna.
No, I'm glad you ended it like that, Pablo. I'm a fan of you because you're a big brain. You Ivy Leaguer too, big fan. But you got to abort this mission, brother. You got to stop. You're going down that dead end fast. You on that bike going to that cul-de-sac. It ain't no outlet. You ever see that sign, that big yellow sign? This is not a through street. Slow down. Where you going? And you messing with Steve Ballmer? Ooh, you know how to pick a fight, don't you? Boy, big bank take little bank. Pablo, you just said we need to know more. I ain't gonna lie to you, Pablo, and I said this in the first video when I read it because I knew you were harping on one point that told me you don't get it. You're green, brother, in this respect. You've never been an athlete or star athlete. I could tell because you never got all that comes with it. You don't understand it. You don't get it. Dog, when you are the man, and I've been the man in the NFL, the one they introduced first to all the local sponsors and brands at that community center, civic auditorium luncheon we go to. Here's Marcellus. Hello, shake his hand. Who are you? Oh, I'm the CEO of AT&T West Coast Division. Nice meeting you, Mark. Who are you? Oh, I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Verizon. Nice meeting you, Marcellus. Big fan. And all they doing that for is not to get with me so much. Then they circle back the marketing team of the Chargers, whoever team it is, and next thing you know, they were like, "So how did that go? You enjoy that luncheon? Oh my God, it was amazing. My grandkids are loving me. They saw someone, they saw Marcellus, they saw Drew Brees and LT and Junior is such a gracious guy. Like, what do we sign?" And then from there, some of those people do connect with you. Hey, we have this big group retreat, team building. Love for you to come out and, just say a few words. Or not even that, just show up. Not even that. Sometimes you just get a check. You got endorsement deals. What do we want to do? We want to use your name. We want to say we in talks in bed with you so we can get more. That's what the Chargers just did. Anyway, I think you're green in that respect, because when you keep saying that, like, that's dirty business, that is normal. That's why the NBA is like, okay, we got to respect Pablo. He's smart. He's a good dude. We could tell. He can't be on a witch hunt. All right, let's read it. Let's go. Come on, Ballmer, give me everything. No, that's it. Now, guys will take liberties. Okay, let me give Pablo some credit. I'm not certain that Uncle Dennis didn't take some liberties. I'm not certain that Kawhi didn't take some liberties. But that negotiation, that relationship ain't got nothing to do with Ballmer. Once I got introduced by a team, it's on me to keep it going. And I've had several deals, events from people I met at those luncheons. That ain't got nothing to do with the Chargers. Chargers got their own deal with them, and it's bigger than my deal. But I got this deal with them. They hit me up. I hit them up. You got to understand this. And if you don't, next time, get some diversity of thought on this. Not just journalists. Get ballers. A baller will tell you, hell yeah, I got a deal. Nothing. Oh, it's cap circumvention. You're not supposed to get $27 more ever on top of your deal. Man, if you don't, what? So now you got sources close to Steve Ballmer and the NBA are confident official findings will clear all parties in the Kawhi Leonard investigation and ruin Pablo Torre's credibility, per Dylan Byers. Who is Dylan Byers? Founding partner and senior correspondent at Puck, author of In the Room, host of The Grill Room. Okay. Got a good following, too. Quote, Ballmer's critics eagerly await Torre's next missive, which they hope will further expose, peep these games, missive, peep these words, further expose the league's own perfidy. Meanwhile, sources closer to the owner and to the league seem assured that the NBA's findings will vindicate all parties and puncture Torre's own reputation in the process. Yeah, here's the thing. Pablo got to understand, if they ain't convicted or they don't get punishment, this comes back to you, bro. This comes back to you. People gonna be like, really, Pablo? Really? So that sucks. Just saying that.